Hey, what's going on, my good looking cowlets? Welcome back to another episode of Storytime, and today we're first episode starting back into the series. Hopefully you do enjoy. And the topic I wanted to talk to you guys about is actually going to my local show, which I went to last night, and some funny things and some cool things that happened, I guess, that I thought I would share with you guys and see if you guys are interested. Because most of you already know, if you follow me on Twitter, I did go to the show last night and I posted some things on there, and you guys were like a bit interested. I thought I'd just make a video on it and see if you guys do enjoy. Let me know if anything like this has happened to you. It's not that exciting, I guess, but I don't know, it's pretty cool, pretty interesting, I guess. But so I went to the show. I was meant to go there at 5. I said I was gonna go there at 5. I got there at 6 because I don't know what I was doing. I think I was editing the video for yesterday that went out about Storytime and bringing that series back, and I was editing that video. It took not a while, but like I had to record and stuff, and I wasn't going to make a video yesterday, and then I suddenly thought of it, so I made that. And I was going to vlog the show, but I did vlog like at home and before I went out, but then as soon as I got out there, so much was happening and it was sort of a little awkward, so I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not going to pull my camera out and vlog this. So basically, when I got there, I met up with 2 of my friends who were already there. They were there since 4 o'clock, so they'd been there for like 2 hours or so, went on a few rides, and that was it. So when I got there, they were still wanting to go on rides, so we went on a few. We went on one which was like a zigzag, I think it's called the zipper, and basically just like zigzags you really fast, and you like nearly crash into like other carriages and stuff like that. We went on that one just to warm us sort of up, or I did anyway. I was like, because when I first got there, I felt really, really sick. Like, I was really nauseous, and like I felt like I was really dizzy, and it was because I was really dehydrated from like that day, because I didn't drink any water until like 5 minutes before I left my house, which is really bad on my behalf. So I was really dizzy when I got there. I went on this ride and I got off it. I was fine. So we decided to move on and do a little bit more extreme one. So the next one that we went on were these go-karts, not go-karts, but it was like a car, and there was like, I can't know if I can describe this. There was like cars behind cars behind cars, and basically the thing went really, really, really fast, and it just spun in circles like really fast, and then it went backwards really fast, and then it like tipped up on its side, so then the cars were like up in the air, and then there was like bottom cars like under, like down the bottom near the ground, and then it would just spin you around in a circle. So it was really, really dizzy, and basically the person that sat on the inside like copped it the worst, because the carriage would like tip on their side and it would make you feel like you're falling out, which was where I sat, which was pretty bad. But that was fine. And the time we did that, and we hung around for a bit, a few of our other friends decided to come and join us. So they arrived to the show at 7, so then there was 3 more of us there. So altogether, I think there was 6 of us, and so we decided that that last car ride was really, really fun. So we decided to do that with these guys who just came, and we decided to pay for it again and go ahead and ride that one again, which we did. And one of my closest friends, who was in one of my eating vlogs, that sounds funny, she gets really, really sick easily, and she's like, no, I'm not going it. But I dragged her on there. I don't know how. I was like, dude, you're gonna regret it if everyone else is going and you're standing on the side. I convinced her to go on it. She gets on it. She's screaming her head off so bad. Gets off it, she's fine. The other guys decide then to go ahead and do some more rides and stuff, stuff that we had already done earlier, but they were going to do that. Meanwhile, my other friend who did the car ride with me, who feels sick, we went ahead and got some food, because by this time it was about 8:30 at night and we hadn't ate anything that day, so we were like really, really hungry. So we get basically to the eating place where we obviously are getting served food. We decided to order a curry, which probably wasn't the best idea, and my friend still then is feeling really, really sick. So we get this curry, and no joke, it looked like dog food. Like, it was not curry. The thing was like mince and rice. It wasn't curry, and it looked like dog food. It tasted okay, I guess, but you know, show food, you get what you're given. For an overpriced amount of money, but Anyway, it was like dog food. She ate like 2 scoops of it and like literally stood up in the middle of this hall. Oh, my phone's going off. My game. I have a game called Crossy Road that's like you can get a prize. And so she stands up in the middle of this hall of people and she yells out, "I've got to spew. I've got to go." And she just pulls her chair out, runs, and because she's in the show, she does like horse activities and stuff. She has a gooseneck, which is like a caravan trailer to take horses in with a truck sort of thing. It's like a really expensive thing that you get for horses if you do like competitions and stuff. So she had her gooseneck at the show because she was doing horse activities, so they obviously had to transport her horse there and back from her property and that sort of thing. So she ran back to her gooseneck and literally like passed out. And by this time I'm sitting in the room like by myself in this hall and like people are staring at me and I'm like, whoa, what the hell? So I eat this dog food as fast as I can and I just leave. I text my friends and call them, see where they are, and I meet back up with them. Okay, so then 2 of them branch off and there was this guy on the side that was doing drawing. So he like made you sit down and he basically drew you in like a cartoony sort of form. You've probably seen them before 100 times, but those 2 decided to do that. And the other 2, they said that they had tickets, or like they brought tickets for a ride, but they didn't end up going like when they brought the ticket. So it was basically this ride that had carriages in it. So these carriages were like, it was like a little box. I can't even describe. It was like suffocation basically. And it was like a Ferris wheel that spun around, and each carriage would just spin 360 like the whole entire ride. This carriage would, so you'd be going up and down, forward, backwards, like 360 angle. This carriage would be tipping you the whole entire ride. Plus it's flinging you around like so fast that I swear my stomach like went through my head. Like it was so bad. And basically before I should have said this before I went on to the ride, but that was the ride that they wanted to go on. They bought tickets for, and they were sort of like didn't want to go anymore because they saw people get off it, and like everyone was like nearly throwing up getting off it. So I'm like, alright dudes, I'll watch, like I'm not going on this one, like I just ate this dog food and I'm gonna spew it up. So I walk over there, they walk over there, we're just there and we're looking at this thing and we're just watching these people just like come out looking like they are death. And they get on and basically this guy comes, he's around our age as well, he is our age, I'm pretty sure. He was at our school before and he moved, and he comes over and he knew one of my friends. So he's like, hey, what's up? I have an extra ticket. And then he's like, would you like to come to me on this ride? And I'm like, holy shit, you're really hot. But this ride is scary as shit and I just ate. But knowing me, I get on the ride and we're talking and stuff. I didn't know this kid for, I don't even know, like I didn't know him at all. He was really nice though, he was hot, and I just sat there and I persevered through my pain. I like literally was in this carriage with him like 2 centimeters apart and we were like squished in this little carriage. I can't even describe it. And it had this like pole that like went like suffocated into your stomach, and it's not because I'm fat, it's like purposely like that. I was like, why is this so tight? And then like when the ride started, I was like, holy fuck, this is why it's so tight, because it needs to be this tight to keep you in the carriage. Like holy shit, it was so bad. So we're like flying around, and he was starting to feel sick too. And I tell him halfway, I didn't want to tell him before, I was like, when we're up there and we spun around a few times and had this airborne thing, like I don't even know how to explain it. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I ate before this. And just by looking at this guy's face when I said that, his face just dropped. Oh, my power went out. So luckily I got off the ride safely. I didn't vomit, which I was just praying, because we were in this cage and if I spewed, it would have just went all over him through the bars and it just would have dripped on him, which would have been disgusting. So I'm just glad that didn't happen. And we get off, I say goodbye to him and I'm like, dude, thanks for the ticket because I got it for free and I got to experience hell basically for free, because that ride was not worth a free ticket. It was just horrible. I can't even describe it. So I get off, they meet up, and we just all have to sit down, like, instantly, because we're all feeling so sick. And I'm like, dude, what about me? I ate, you guys didn't even eat. So that's over. We went on a few more rides. We sat down and just got food and a show bag and stuff. I got a chocolate show bag, and I also got a Zappo show bag, which is a lolly one, so I got a chocolate and a lolly one. We sat on the grandstand, watched the fireworks, etc. And then we're walking out the gate, and basically these girls were all planning to go sleep over at one of their houses, and I wasn't planning to. But I decided I would. I rang mum, like, outside, and I'm like, hey, I'm sleeping over, I don't have any clothes, I don't have anything. So I had nothing other than money and basically my phone and the clothes I was wearing. So we walk home. It's probably 10 o'clock now. It was really early. The show was pretty shit this year, to be honest. It wasn't worth staying, and they packed up really early. They normally pack up about midnight, but they were packing up like 10 o'clock. It was really odd. So we just decided to leave because we had done everything anyways. So we're walking home, and I didn't know where she lived or whatever, so I find out when I get there that it's a rental property that they own, but there's no tenants in there at the moment, so it's just empty. There's no furniture, there's no fridge, there's nothing. There's just a ground, a toilet, and running water. Nothing else. So I'm like, okay, yeah, this is fine, and her dad's there too. And basically, as we were walking home, there was, like, all these drunk people, all these, like, druggers that are all our age, just walking, trying to hit on us, trying to, like, bring us back to their house, whatever, and we're just like, no. We're not part of this club where we just go to your bed. Like, we're not those people, I'm sorry. So we get past all the drug people who are standing outside our school, weirdly enough. Like, they're just all hanging outside the school. Like, who does that when it's a weekend? And so we get home, and I realize that there's like 4 swags, I think, for 6 people. And I'm like, whoa, okay, this is not going to be great. So basically we're all snuggled up, like, literally as a little ball at night. But before that happened, there was 3 of us. There was me and 2 other people. We decided to go for a 1 a.m. walk around the town. So we just start walking, whatever, and my cousin, who we jokingly have, like, this teasing relationship sort of thing, he lives, like, a few blocks over, so we're like, okay, we're gonna go find him or whatever. We just get outside this girl's house, and this dog comes over. It's a Staffy dog, it's brown, and it was really, really friendly, but at the start, it was, like, running at us, like, full ball running at us. And basically we were like, oh my god, we're gonna get attacked, but then it just dropped down and was like, pat me, so it was fine. I was like, oh, this is adorable. So we're still walking over to the block. This dog is following us the whole way, and we get to their house. I didn't really know where they lived. Like, I didn't really know where he lived. I knew it was, like, one of the streets, and we just wanted to knock on his door at, like, 1 a.m. and just annoy the shit out of him, to be honest. But we get there, and we're, like, FaceTiming him. We're like, dude, what's your street and whatever, and he wouldn't tell us. So I was like, I'm pretty sure it's this one. I knock on the door, and this lady comes out, and I just, like, start running, and I'm like, holy shit, this was not his house. So I felt really bad for that. So we just quickly, like, ran sort of halfway back from that house, and we get there, and the dog's walking next to us, and a car's coming down the street, and the dog's literally, like, walking right beside me, and then all of a sudden it just bolts out at this car and runs in front of it, and the poor thing got hit by this car, and it ran, like, in front of it directly, so the car hit the back legs, like, it hit its ass, and it hit the ass, like, the dog's ass, like, over, and it did a front flip, and then it, like, got stunned, and it, like, stayed there, and then it ran away. And knowing me, I am a really, really big dog lover, and I was super, super tired at this time, and I just went off at this lady. I was like, yo, you just fucking hit a dog. Are you a stupid bitch? And then she was like, oi, is that your fucking dog? And she, like, tried to, like, drive away, and I was, like, not gonna let her drive away, like, without saying anything. So then I started running after this car. I don't know what I was trying to achieve out of running after this car, but I ran after it anyway because I thought that could somehow help. I don't know why I wasn't chasing after the dog, but I was chasing after the lady driving the car, which I have no idea why. I chase after her. Eventually, she loses me. So I start walking back because I've split up from the other two. So I start walking back to this house that I'm staying at for the night. And the lady circles back around. She's obviously trying to find the dog because she feels bad, which obviously you would feel bad if you just hit a dog and it ran away and you don't know where it is and it's probably dying in a ditch. Like, that's my first thought. I'm like, oh my god, this poor thing is dying in a ditch. So it circles round. She yells something at me. I didn't hear it, so I'm just like, yo, whatever, ignore her, because what am I going to do, honestly? So later on, we meet up again. The other two girls are worried because they didn't see me for a while. So we meet back up at the house and we're like, okay, we've got to try and find this dog. So we all put our torches on, like the little light you can put on your iPhones. We just put that on, like a flashlight. And we just went around, and like I was so worried because it was like 2:30 a.m. by this point that like we're going to get some crime was going to, because like everyone at the show was around. So like everyone was wandering the streets. So not everyone, but there was quite like a lot of drunk people walking out the street and like people who were like high and stuff like that. So we weren't. So we were like standing out a thing like a bit. And so we're trying to find this dog, and we were just walking around like just blocks upon blocks of houses trying to find it. But my friend was like flashing her light like under, because there was a lot of 2-story houses, just like flashing it underneath, and I was like freaking out. There's like some crime's gonna go down. They're gonna be like 3 girls with a flashlight shining their thing under the house. Like, that just looks like stealing if from the outside. Like, they don't know you're looking for a dog. They just think that you're trying to steal stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm out. I'm like, we're not gonna find it. It's 2:30 a.m. It's friggin' like so dark outside. We can't see anything. The dog ran off into a bush and it's gone. So by this point, we give up. So we get home, and her dad isn't yet to still be there because he went out drinking. So there was just us. And then these guys come around to our house. They just left school, and one of the people who was staying with us, one of the girls who was my friend, she called out one of the guys' names from over the road, and they're really, really drunk. And they all just come over, like the big swarm of them. And it's like, yeah, like 2:30 or 2 a.m. and they all just come over, and they like get in. They were coming through the window. Like, it was so friggin' weird. Like, it was so creepy because we didn't even know half of them. We only knew one of them. And then they were just coming through the window, and I was like, whoa, okay, this like needs to stop. So the daughter of the man who lives there, so her dad, she just like basically kicked them all out, and we're like, yo, party's over. We never had a party here. So we kick them all out. They move on, and then we see our drunk teacher walk past, and our maths teacher, and it was the most hilarious thing ever. He's got like 4 girls around him, like, and he's like just drunk as, just falling over on the floor, and we're like, yo, hey dude, like we said his name, we're like, hey Mr. whatever his name is, and he just looks, and we just like bolt back inside. It's really funny. And so we lock the doors. We're just talking until nearly 3 o'clock, I guess it was, and her dad finally comes home. He was pretty drunk, not too drunk, I don't think. And we're all on these swags on the ground, and we're like, and I slept in his swag because I didn't have one, and I wasn't gonna sleep on the floor, and they told me to. So he was like yelling at me because he was drunk, and he was like going like, you're in my swag, now I gotta sleep on this one, which is like hard as concrete. And I was like, oh my god. And he literally just kept us awake for another hour. He was trying to text his girlfriend or something, but he was so drunk he was holding his phone upside down, and it like wasn't functioning how he wanted to, and he kept turn the brightness down, put your phone on silent. Like, it was so loud. So we're all yelling at him. Anyways, we finally get to sleep. And in the morning, we got up at 7 because we were gonna go get breakfast because one of my friends had to be at work by 10. So she had to like get a bus down. I think that it left 8:40, so she can get there to work. And basically, the guy that I went on the ride with last night, he messaged my friend who he knew, which was why I got the ticket. He messaged her and was like, hey, who's that girl that I went on the ride with last night? And I was like, and she told me, and I was like, oh my god, no, he's gonna think that we're gonna try and hook up or something. So nothing really happened though. He did add me on Facebook like within 5 minutes of her responding with my name. I've still yet to get a reply from him, like a message, a PM. Maybe he will, maybe he won't, not really sure. Probably, I don't know, I feel like he will, but then I don't want to say he will. But I don't really care. If he doesn't, he was pretty hot though. But yeah, and so we all had like no clothes, because we only had the clothes we wore that night, so we all looked like crap. We didn't brush our hair, we had nothing, we just literally had nothing. This girl, because there was a rental property, she had nothing. She had biscuits and water, like that was literally it. So I cannot stand not brushing your teeth, not brushing your hair, not taking makeup off. Like, that just bothers me because it's so disgusting. And she didn't even have soap to wash her hands. Like, oh my god, I'm such a germ freak. Like, I was just got disgusted. But anyways, we went out to breakfast, we're stumbling along, we look like dickheads because we look so disgusting, because we're all like wearing what we had the night before, and we just had no materials to like make ourselves look okay. But that was fine. We got breakfast, everyone felt so sick after it for some reason. It was good food, like the food was fine. I think it was just because we went on all the rides the night before, so we just felt really, really ill altogether. But so then we caught the bus home, and there's Oi, my dogs, shut up. So then I just stumbled my way home, and now I'm here. So that was my night last night. Sorry guys for not vlogging anything. I don't know, I was just enjoying my time with my friends, and I just didn't really want to pull a camera out and be like, yo, talking to my camera, I'm recording this. And like all the rides I went on, everyone basically went on it, so no one could sit there and film it. And they were all really like fast rides, so I didn't want to risk having like $1,000 camera sitting on there with me trying to vlog, because it just wouldn't work, and I would probably take the enjoyment out of the ride. So sorry guys for that, but hopefully I can do some vlogging or something. I don't know, I just get really awkward when it comes to vlogging. But that is my story of the show last night. Pretty interesting. If you guys did enjoy, remember to leave a like down below. It's always much appreciated. If you guys have any topics or stories you want to hear, if I've experienced something, or if you just want to hear a story or whatever, just pop that down below. It can be a topic on anything, or you want to know my opinion on something, anything at all. I'll happily answer it for you guys in a video. So thank you guys so much. Hopefully we can smash that like button for the series coming back to the channel. I really enjoyed talking to you guys about it, so hopefully you guys enjoyed listening. I will see you guys next time, guys. I'll update you if this guy like texts me or something on Facebook. But yeah, so thank you guys so much, and I'll see you good looking cowlets in the next video. Peace out. Love ya. Bye.